Okay. All right, everything in here. I don't like that glare on my glasses. Really don't. I'm gonna shut that light off. Excuse me. Yeah, if I need more light, I'll just raise the wind shade. Okay, that helped. All right. Nobody's in here yet, so excuse me. I'm letting people know that I'm live on my FB, and I'm going to post the link to my Facebook page. And I wanted to invite all my Facebook friends, so to come on over and everybody. I got one in here already. Hello, hello, hello. Chime in on the chat if you want and let me know who's here. Uh, two. Oh, I have an itch on my back. One of those that's right where you can't reach it from either direction. Why they do that? Bugs, a mosquito, a flea, a bug bite. Okay, they always bite me on my back where I can't scratch it. Probably a good idea. All right. Yeah, I'm was over there on Minty Cactus, and if you have not subbed to Minty Cactus, please do. We get chatting in the morning, and it's just a wonderful chat and a great discussion. Some total belly laughing, tear up, and jokes every now and then, and some good, hard, deep discussions. Now, today was a discussion in my mind because anyone who really knows me knows that I'm basically a scientist. Okay. I don't really associate with religion. I mean, as religion goes, but I'm a scientist and a believer in the powers at be. And things were all set up in a certain way. It's just that coming here on the 8th of April, there is a celestial event that's going to take place. We've been out there and we know where, we've had satellites and stuff studying way out there. We know how the orbits are in space, how our planets and stars and comets move around the universe. These things are seen with the naked eye, proven to be fact by time and time again. They're facts. Okay. Well, on the 8th of April, we're going to have a total eclipse. Now, a total eclipse happens somewhere on the planet once or twice a year, depending on the orbit of the moon, because it's not in a perfect circle. No, it's oblong when it makes its orbit. That's why sometimes we got that great big moon and sometimes we got that little bitty one. That's because this moon travels around the earth in an oblong thing. Well, anyway, and we, the moon, and us, we kind of travel around the sun. And you got thing going like this. Well, every now and then, once or twice a year, the moon comes between the earth and the sun, and you get totality somewhere on the planet. It is kind of unusual with all the different variables of all the different orbits around our sun that the sun itself will be at its flaring solar maximum, just shooting everything's kind of like molten lava all bubbling up on it, okay? It's going to be at its peak before it starts going over the hill, kind of like turning 50. And then you add to that, we all know that the moon, as it goes around the planet in a 24 point something or other orbit per hours, that it controls the tides. Science has proven that to be a fact. That's why in full moons, people that have a lot of liquid in them, it sometimes get a little violent, and we call it that full moon. Emergency rooms fill up and things. The moon has control over our emotions by controlling the water, since we are like 97% water. So therefore, when the moon comes between Earth and the moon comes here and then the sun's out here at its total maximum, the moon's going to look like this, okay, compared to a platter, because the sun is going to be so shooting so far out around it that it's going to be a huge circle. That's a fact. That's going to happen, okay? And then there's these other planets that fly around. Okay, we got Venus and Mars and Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus, and we got all these other planets. And 7 of them planets. There's gonna be the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, and 6 other planets, all in a row in the orbit of the universe. Now, science itself has never actually been able to pinpoint what it is that exactly causes gravity. They have theories. They also know that Earth has a gravity. They know that the other planets all have gravities at different extents. And when you take all of that and line it up, what really happens? Is it like a row of magnets that kind of cling together? We don't know. Does it put stress on the earth and cause it to shake violently? We don't know. All we really know for a fact is that this celestial event is going to happen. Now, besides the facts, everything else is unknown. However, there are theories, there are accusations, there are admittance talking about it with pride that, they're going to be able to do this during the solar eclipse, total solar eclipse across America. When this all happens. First time it's ever happened. Okay, because there's just billions and billions and billions and trillions of variables that creates the lining up. It's an astronomical number. I don't do math too well. But you can have all kinds of celestial, it might cause earthquakes. It could cause tidal waves and tsunamis. As we know, it does control the water and movement of the planet. Beyond that, that's nature. We can't do a dang thing about it. But we don't have to be asleep neither. We can wake up to the facts, the man-made facts. Fact. There's a whole lot of people that have been coming across our borders. Okay? During the totality eclipse, it's gonna be dark. Nothing good ever happens in the dark. I was told by my mama. Nothing good ever happens after the sun goes down. Then you got somebody over there in Switzerland with this huge collider that's supposed to nuclearly recreate the Big Bang Theory of creation, and they're going to play God. Okay? And I think that the best time to do that is when this here gravity pull is so great from all these planets, the sun, the moon, and the earth, that it's going to work. Don't know, unknown, what they're going to do there. However, we do know that NASA, because they've announced it, they're going to be firing off several rockets in order to capture the eclipse on camera and film and take gas studies and all. Or are they firing them because at the same time, there's one more very strange element to this already astronomically impossible event. There's this thing called a comet. And it's going to be shooting past the moon at the time the moon comes in front of the sun over America. Now that can only be done by God. We have no control over that. That's out of our hands. But don't be asleep either. Nature herself can cause earthquakes, tidal waves, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions. I mean, there ain't no weapon made by man that can do what Mother Nature can do, should she so choose, or should the God choose. We have no control. However, we've got a lot of terrorists in this country right now. Fact. Remember I told you I was going to talk about facts? Got a lot of terrorists have come into this country. And it just makes sense that if I was going to go do terrorist kind of things like they did over there in Russia, I'd like to do it where there is millions of people and total darkness. Nothing good ever happens after the sun goes down. You not only got to be prepared for what may or may not happen by deeming of gravity and astronomical events like water, food, and medicine and all those things you should have done already had. It's tornado season if you live in the tornado area. If you're prone to hurricanes, you should already have that earthquake. Folks, if you ain't had a prepared kit together, you are stupid. Don't take a lot of money to put together some extra water, some extra food, some extra fuel. Wise up, get smart. A few extra batteries, okay, a power source. That ain't called being prepping. That's called being prepared for whatever happens. Remember, Texas was without power for what, 10 days? That flood, Katrina, that flood in New Orleans. Folks, y'all need to be prepared no matter what. Don't let oh my God, something horrible is going to happen when the eclipse happens on. We're going to know the day and the time. I don't believe we were supposed to know that, according to the Bible, if you are a person of that realm. Okay? We are not supposed to know the date or the time of the Lord's coming, but we've been expecting this here havoc brought on by man for a long time. The time to fire an EMP from a foreign country is when America is in totality. The time to decide to do some kind of mass horror is when crowds of people gather to not be able to see. All wearing dark glasses. Come on, I'm not stupid. Plain old military basic training strategy. You got to think like the enemy to defeat the enemy. If you plan to go to see totality, fine, but don't go stupid. Keep your head on a swivel. Trust no one. I fear more the man-made disaster than the disasters Mother Nature can throw at us. I can't stop a tornado. But many of you have the ability to stop terror and be prepared. Enjoy yourselves. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong, because God does not want us to fear. Okay? I'm not talking fear here. I'm talking plain old, good, old-fashioned common sense. Okay? We know what's happening. We have a feeling, an inclination, an opinion as to why. And knowing what we now know, just be prepared. Stay out of crowds if you can. Watch it on your TV. It would be safer. It'll be everywhere. Just as if you were sitting there. But you're not a target. Okay? Well, thank you, Angie. Appreciate that very much. Cowboy Mosh, hello. Yes, it's going to be very interesting Hi, Dixie. Hello, English Rose. How are you over there across the pond? Ninja! Woohoo! Okay, everybody, glad to see you all. Sorry, I had to get that out, uh, because went back and I did some things and did little reading up on the writings of Nostradamus and this end time talk that he was talking about. It's not going to be pleasant. It ain't even going to be anything like fun. So have some fun right now. Okay. Enjoy the moment. Like you might be one of them lucky ones that gets to just go before everything hits the fan. I, for one, am curious. What are people truly going to do? Either way, man made, Mother Nature. Well, I know one thing. I've worked a lot of disasters across this country. Enjoyed every moment because a miracle takes place in every disaster. People, we come together with a common cause and a common goal. Love flourishes after a tornado, or hurricane, earthquake, or a flood, a fire, hand in hand. The outpouring of love and kindness is abundant. I've seen it happen time and time and time again. It just never lasts long enough. Houses get cleaned up, buildings rebuilt, playgrounds back up, children back in school, and we all go back to our little private worlds, however small or large your particular world is, and we do not think about our neighbor. It's a shame. One of my favorite shows was that Little House on the Prairie, when the whole town came together at the end to blow it up because they wasn't going to let the railroad have it as it was. I was one of the episodes. They blowed up the town. Every one of them stood together, side by side. My dog is what now? Okay, here I'm going to start reading some things. Yeah, it does. That's a big opportunity for chaos here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just don't think Ninja. Darling, you're not going, are you? I mean, it was the greatest event I ever went to was going to Niagara Falls. Oh yes, Ninja and Dennis Rose, Agnes. Those people took me to Niagara Falls. It was a wonderful experience. Okay. Oh, hi Lynn. Barbie, love that show. Yes, I did too. You know, I don't, but I think I've already been here a long time because I've never really felt like a people, human people. I always said I'm from Mars. If I had to trace back my DNA and lineage and all that, I think they'd find out I was from Mars. Okay. An alien is an alien, and there's lots of different kinds of aliens. These days we got aliens coming across our border, but there are aliens. I believe that we're not alone on this planet, and we're definitely not the smartest of beings, I'm sure. We have been there's too much scientific proof of extraterrestrial or beings beyond our comprehension. True, but where do you think all this good knowledge and everything else came from? Passed down through our DNA. Why is it that a 1-year-old can pick up a phone and operate it, and a 4-year-old can operate one better than I can? In the DNA. The DNA, the parental DNA changed as the person's brain began to absorb knowledge. Why there can be uh, savants, 3-year-olds that play Mozart and Beethoven and things, because it's passed through our DNA. That's a scientific thing, but yeah, yeah. I'm about as alien as they get, honestly, honey. I don't. Born right here in America. I'm a citizen. 5 generations makes me a full blown, absolute American. And I love this country. Was willing to die for this country. Still am. I took an oath to protect a piece of paper. Several pieces of paper: the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. I tried to follow the teachings of the Founding Fathers in the Federalist Papers writings. But I'm also a prepper. My first term of service wasn't in the military per se. It was in the Civil Air Force, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Right? Learning to always be prepared. Prepared for what? I'm prepared for an EMP to last forever. Are you? Imagine no electrical power. Could you live in the 1800s? Physically, I probably won't make it if I'm alone. I've pretty near worn out this here human blob of protoplasm. And someday my soul will vacate it and do whatever happens after that. Well, thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. You know, oh, but I am, God willing, I already bought my ticket to Mars. Yes, sir. I do. I got a passport and everything to go to Mars. A ticket. My name. I was able to get a ticket to have my name fly to Mars. in, I think, July of 2026, something like that. It's scheduled to be on the ship that flies to Mars. I thought that was kind of cool. I've always been always liked the stars, okay, and the moon and astronomy. Okay, not astrology as much as astronomy. I like all that stuff. I followed the spaceships and well, John Glenn was the first man to orbit the Earth, and he did it on my birthday when I was 5 years old, 1960, February 20th. I'll never forget it. We had a TV. It was on the TV. I saw it. Well, whether it's real or not, I don't know. But I think he orbited the Earth. I think we done been out in space. We done had the Challengers, and we got a space station. I happen to believe my own eyes. Okay, it's kind of hard to do these days because everything gets so messed around. You can't believe the person you're talking to in the chat is actually the person you're talking to. And we don't talk face to face no more. Not really. People don't. I wish that dog would come in. It's cold. Baby, get in here. I want to shut the door. Get in here. Come on. Get in here. Oh. She thinks just because the sun is shining and the birds are chirping, she should be able to stay outside. Well, the rules at the park is I'm supposed to have my eyes on her. Okay, she's not supposed to be on a leash, but Baby is an off the leash dog, and they all have to understand that. If I'm all alone, and if I need assistance and can't do it myself, if I can get Baby loose, if Baby's out and I'm nowhere to be seen, then come to me because something's wrong. That's my good morning, Frosty. BD, good morning. Glad to see you all. 15 people are watching right now. How about this? There's been 21 likes. All right, guys. How great is that? The thing is, I don't take these down. Okay, and you can take the link and you are welcome to share it everywhere. If you want other people to hear my little rants of reason, I think that's what I'm going to start calling them. Yeah. Mona Moment says it's rants of reason. We always should be prepared for the very, very worst. But live in the moment because it's the best. It's the only one you got. You ain't guaranteed tomorrow. And yesterday's a canceled check. Can't change 1 second of it. It's going to be what it is. But you can live in this minute. I'm sitting here looking at myself on the laptop, watching myself smile. I hope y'all enjoying it as much as I am. Because, the person you got to love the most is yourself. For as much love as you can give to yourself, you can give to others. You can't truly love until you've loved yourself. I used to play thing. What, baby? Come here. Excuse me, guys. Come here. That's enough. Oh, well, guys, I've been on here for how long now? I don't know, 33 minutes. She's all upset because my neighbor's on her way down with her dog, and she can smell her coming down the hill, and she's just excited. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Y'all get the link and share it with friends. And thank you, old Uncle Bill. Hi, Moon. Hi. Stormy. Oh, you guys. Hello, Eddie. You know what? I love you all so much. And I can't wait to see you. Hope you come to the Convoy of Honor in November. November the 8th through the 12th. Most of us are planning to camp at Table Rock State Park because it's cheap. And that's where we're going to have most of our event stuff going on. We do have a couple of sit-down dinners arranged. Yeah, at Golden Corral Buffet. Lots of really, really good food. And the choices, if you ate one bite of everything, you couldn't get around your plate. So, yeah, come on out and join us. And I updated the Convoy of Honor page. And if somebody knows how to turn my Facebook event page into a public event and not a private one, would you please let me know? I've looked all over the Facebook event site trying to make it a public event. Okay, and it keeps wanting to do membership and members only, and I don't want that. I want it to be open to the public. Oh, it is. And I live right across the street from it, Frosty. Miss Frosty, I do. I live right across the street. So, yeah, it is beautiful. And I love Table Rock. And the people aren't going to, I got to pay now, guys. If anybody, I'm going to put this out there. Okay. I'm almost going to put it out there. Okay. I went over yesterday to find out about the pavilion and being able to have the God and Country truck come in, music trailer stage thing, and being able to have vendors and all of that. And here's the scoop, guys. We're going to try to get the pavilion for 4 days. It's $75 a day with my discount. Okay. All I have to do is fill out the special use permit that says that I'm going to have vendors and a stage. You have to purchase a special health permit if you're going to sell food. So I don't believe we're going to be selling food. There's food right across the street. Really, really good barbecue right across the street. Okay. And down the street, great breakfast food at the Hungry Hunter. Okay. And they're at the dive shop, barbecue shop. So there's food there. We've also got a grill, a fire pit, everything we need there at the pavilion. Got electricity. We can plug in crock pots or whatever if somebody wants to do that. But we do have that's going to be $300. And in order to reserve it for those 4 days during Veterans Week, we need to do that now. So it's a Cash App, okay, $, Bug Tussling, BUGTUSSLING is the Cash App. Make sure you make note on it that this is for the rent of the pavilion at Table Rock State Park. Okay? Because that way they know that I'm just getting the money, taking it, and transferring it over to them. I told you I'm right across the street. I'll walk over there and pay them as soon as I get a total of $300. I am going to go ahead and put $50 of my own money. I gotta have blood in the game. Okay, skin in the game, I guess is what they say. I need some skin in the game. I'm going to put $50 towards it. So I need $250 more in order to reserve the beautiful park and pavilion for November 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, leaving by noon on the 12th. Okay. So they do accept bobtails. We just can't let them run all night long. So if you're driving a semi-in on the Convoy of Honor, wonderful. But I might encourage you to pick up an electric heater. Okay, that's something you can plug in because they're not going to let you run. They have quiet hour after 10 p.m. Okay, but that's just their thing, and I can't break. It's the state parks rules, not mine. You have, oh, fantastic. Well, you're coming to the Convoy, Frosty, Miss Frosty. It's gonna be great, but guys, now there's a limit this year. Last year, I managed to get that great big huge 2,000 seat theater for the Hootenanny show. And I believe we ended up with 75 people in the theater. Really, it was kind of, we had a lot of people on live stream. Don't get me wrong. It was a success. We had a lot of people on live stream. But due to that fact, they're not going to let me have the theater. And besides that, it falls on a Friday this year, which is not a good day. My hair is sticking out and it's driving me crazy. But what we do have is the little theater. But we're limited to 108 seats. And 8 of those seats are reserved for my crew. Okay. So I got 100 seats. You go to the Convoy of Honor Facebook event page and you let us know how many you're going to reserve for. Now, the cost is simply buy your meal from Golden Corral with a 15% gratuity, and Golden Corral will give you free bottomless drinks. Pretty good deal. Okay. Dan Keaton is providing all the video and sound system and mic equipment for our little theater because they just offer us a stage. Not a very big one either, but we don't need a big one. And but we got it for 2 nights. So if more people than 100 people, let's say 200 people sign up, we'll do the same event twice. We'll do it on the 8th and we'll do it again on the 9th that evening. Now, on the 9th is the cruise. I call it a stroll just because I don't want to have to pay any dang insurance fees and jump through some government BS, okay? But this year it's going to be a cruise because we're going to hopefully be able to honor the fact that we are taking our country back. We'll know that on the 5th, hopefully. So we hope to make it a really great celebration on the morning of the 9th. All the details have not been worked out. You have to stay tuned to the Convoy of Honor event page for those details. Okay. All right. It's not, there's not a lot of things already ground in stone, but we are going to look for the Table Rock State Park. And right now, at this present time, there are 3 family sites still available right close to the pavilion. Each family site can hold up to 12 people and 4 vehicles or 3 tents, some whatever. They're pretty good size. There's 3 of those, and they are $48 a night with the veterans discount. I think they're $50 a night or $51 without. Then there's the other sites, Boondock sites we're looking at Camp 1 because that's the one closest to the pavilion. The other one's on the other side of the marina. We're looking at trying to get Camp 1 reserved. So if you're planning to come and wish to camp with us, please go to Table Rock State Park and online and make your reservations now. And let them know that you're going to be with the Convoy of Honor people. And when you book it, let them know that, because I told them I was going to try to book up the whole park if we could. Okay, but you got to book now because that's during Veterans Week, and there'll be 250,000 extra people in Branson during Veterans Week. It's a big deal here. Okay, so I suggest if you plan on coming, and you want to stay at Table Rock Park with us. We got Soup Mamas coming. We got Stitches coming. We've got God and Country. We've got Bruce Levins is coming. We've got Rebecca's coming. We got a lot of people. Okay, it is the Convoy reunion. We're going to be celebrating our achievements, which are many, and how a bunch of like-minded strangers became family. A miracle of the disaster that has withstood time. As I told you, the miracle happens. Everybody comes together after the tornado, but they soon fall apart. But the convoy people, PCP, Freedom Convoy, 76 RM, the Unity Convoy, the Take Back Our Border Convoy, and many, many smaller convoys around Capitol buildings throughout this here United States. We have a purpose. And we're going to come together once again in Branson and celebrate our family and the accomplishments of our family. Never did believe family had anything to do with blood. Y'all cousins somewhere along the line. Well, I gotta go. I love you. Share this out with your friends and family. There's 17 beautiful, beautiful human beings watching me right now, and I want you all to know that this is for you. And when you get here in November, I'll give you a real one. Hugs, darling. Love you.